FilipinoTrainers.com, and the question was, what do you guys do for your back workout? We saw you put up that little clip as well, so we wanted to give you guys a sample back workout. Really isolating. This is what we call pulling day. I don't like to really call it a back day because even when you do deadlifts, stuff like that still requires back, so we call it a pulling day. Pulling dominant, which means my favorite exercise of all, besides a lat pull down machine, but I'm too cheap to get a lat pull down machine because those are expensive. So I utilize pull-ups a lot. Pull-ups, pull-ups, pull-ups. I feel like if you can't do a pull-up, then you really don't have a strong back and a strong trunk. So I call this my gymnastic 3-tier pull-up. I've had this for a long time. I've been using it for a long time. It's pretty much 3 exercises back-to-back with different grips. I'm gonna go regular pull-up, wide grip, chest up, tight abs, pulling through, sub-max. I'm not gonna go to a failure, but what I am going to do is I'm gonna focus on the eccentric portion, which means coming down. So when I'm going up, I'm not just falling down, let my body come down and fall, or do any type of kip movement. I'm actually controlling myself at a good tempo. So it's a nice fast pull-up, maybe a 2-second tempo coming down. Fast pull-up, 2-second tempo coming down. You guys are trying to build muscle. As long as pushing heavy weights, sometimes the eccentric portion is actually very, very important to show control. So, again, we're going to go to wide grip, shake my hands out, 10-second grip, pull up close grip, a little bit more narrow, not this close, maybe about hip width, a little closer than shoulder, and then I'm going to switch my hands over to chin-up grip, becoming bicep dominant, all right? So those are going to be the 3 exercises I'm going to do back-to-back with about a 10-second break in between each one. Take a huge break for about a minute or 2 to let your body recover, and then you go into another set. I do this for about 3 to 4 sets depending on the day. Now if I'm really tired, I'm probably gonna hit 3 sets so I don't break form, I don't injure myself. But if I'm feeling good, I feel like I get an extra set in, I'll go for about 4 sets and a lot of reps, probably like 40 plus reps inside there. After a big break, I'm gonna go into 2-point dumbbell row. You'll see it, I'm always leaning over on something. I have a lot of back problems, guys. I damaged myself a lot because I never really had a coach to coach me. In training, we weren't lucky enough to have YouTube, so I did a lot of bad stuff, a lot of wrong things. And 2-point row now, I support myself. You can support yourself on a bench, on the dumbbell rack, whatever you can do. Biggest thing, again, not too much on the form, is pulling that elbow up and making sure it's really good control and focusing again on that eccentric portion. You want to control, contract, squeeze everything, especially if you want to build muscle. We're going to go about 10 to 12 on each side, and then we'll go through more mobility movements, just like LJ said in the last video. We got tons of stuff for that as well. And then I finish off with some inverted rows or recline rows. Again, I don't have a lat pull down machine. I use as much body weight stuff as possible, but if you have a seated row and you're at a normal gym, you can do seated rows. We're sitting down, pulling those elbows up and really getting that nice contraction without any momentum involved. Try not to rock back and forth, just really focusing on using that back muscle and stabilizing with your trunk and your planted feet. All right, I'm gonna go 3 sets. Sub-max on the inverted rows and about 12 reps on the seated rows, thinking about the pinch, thinking about really contracting muscles. I always like to finish my movements with a lot of walking, whether it's farmer's walk, overhead carry. I feel like these are my strongest ab exercises, so there's also a question, is what is your best recipe for ab exercise? I say grab something heavy and walk 50 feet with it, there and back for about 4 to 5 sets. Trunk is not just the visual thing. Your trunk and your ab is all around this waistline, so it involves your back, everything here, even your hips, it's there, all right? So you have everything, that is your core, also known as your trunk. So if that's unstable and weak, you're never gonna get really strong in your back squats, your deadlifts, your bench presses, and you're never really gonna put on the maximum size that you possibly could do. All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that one. Again, check out the link in the description box down below. All the exercises will be inside there, and hopefully you guys learned from that. If you got any questions, definitely comment up. Let us know how you feel about it. Let us know if there's anything you can change, and we'll change it up. We'll see you guys later. Peace! BestFilipinoTrainers.com. BestFilipinoTrainers.com. How to gain weight? Workout! Anything else? What? Lumpia. No lumpias. No lumpias. That's right? Clean. Clean. I think what